China to 3. So what are we doing here? We're doing a Defango public service announcement. You know, hopefully we'll get a sponsorship out of this deal. Yum, yum, yum. Good. Whatever the saying is, that's how it goes. Not without Canadian beef farmers. That's what McDonald's is saying now. And I want to point out, kids, there's been some developments in the Kappy scenario. Kappy town, Kappy, going full Kappy. So we got Kappy's girlfriend, Mrs. Schneider, a nice Jewish girl. You know, Jewish girls don't date, or they do date regular guys. Guys, maybe you're not getting the picture here. Kappy and all his Jesus, praising Jesus, might have just been part of the LARP. So I got my boy that's over on Twitter. He's still got his Twitter account. He's stuck on Twitter. He's a good kid, and God bless him, because the sheriff don't go on Twitter, period. Not to go talk to nobody, not to friggin' tweet, not to send more warnings so that more people could see my shitty YouTube videos or come over to YouTube from Twitter. I don't do that. But there is a girl, Katie Schneider, who's I guess the ex-girlfriend of Kappy, and it's being pointed out that on her Twitter feed she hasn't even mentioned Kappy until like 2 days ago. So and then she blocked my my deputy, man. So the deputy's been blocked. So he's made a video and he's asking people to go on over there and ask her why she blocked him, and he's trying to get to the bottom of what's going on with Kappy. And it's difficult with all these people that are just acting bizarre, you know, like the roommates that were laughing and having a party and showing products for chlamydia or whatever they had there, whatever that girl's dying of, that old lady with gray hair. So yeah, that's not how normal people don't act like that when someone they love dies, period. Sorry, kids. So we need to get to the bottom of the girlfriend who's on Twitter, who's probably the weakest link in this Kappy fiasco, because she doesn't want to hear about the Kappy bullshit and the Kappy calling people pedos and all this Kappy stuff, man. She just wants to get away from that as far as possible. So that's likely the reason she's blocked and she's not answering the questions. But you know, I guess you can make some videos. How could you get around that? Well, if a person, you can make some videos about Kappy, and don't use her family name, you know, and just say, you know, Kappy's girlfriend, and use her Twitter handle. You won't have no problem, man, and have people go over there and tweet her up and then see what's going on with her beloved Kappy, because everyone over here on YouTube loves Kappy, and we all want to know where's. Apparently, from what I'm developing on the side here, there's some kind of a YouTube witness protection program where e-beggars and failures go to hide out from crowds of people that want to string them up in the county square, or in the town hall right outside the old town church, you know. So apparently Kappy's mom did not see his body. She refused to go in and see the body. She took the coroner's advice, and the coroner told her, you know, the kid, man, once he got hit by the friggin' F650 truck doing 55 miles an hour, I mean, it was a wrap, Mom. You don't want to see this kid anymore. He's just a bag of bones. He's crushed. But here's his cell phone and his belt. You know, so the cell phone avoided the tire, the face, and body. Well, no, the mother was advised. And of course, I'm getting all these information from inside the chat. There's a lot of people that have a lot of knowledge on Kappy. I mean, they know everything about Kappy. And Susie Q, there's a girl. There's this guy, Robert Deplorable, who's also Robert Q sent me, who's apparently, we got Revelator 8, who triggered off, you know. Revelator 8 two months ago was with some hooker, some YouTube hooker, in a motel, cheap motel, drinking her blood. I mean, this is the result. 2 months later, the guy's friggin' wigging out over there. He's calling Freddie, telling Freddie's in some kind of a, they're responsible for the way that this guy Robert is strunging himself up, because his father came home. Whoever's basement Robert was occupying came home and found the guy strung up. So they went on his Twitter and started a big hoomdug. And instead of going to the hospital, no, they go on the Twitter. So Robert the Deplorable, man, Robert who Hugh sent me, this guy he's a vegan Mikey. He's one of these guys that recognizes that there is some kind of money being made on YouTube. And he thinks everyone is doing this. These people are convinced that they're not doing anything wrong. That's what I'm doing. That's what Freddie's doing. We're all making lots of money over here. And we're all picking on their friend Robert Q sent me, who's trying to make lots of money. Well, I got news for you, you freaks. There's no money being made for telling the truth, period. No, never in your life will you get money for being a good person. You don't get paid for doing the right thing. Okay? So, Robert Q sent me. He's got a friggin' dead man's switch. He's the only one that's got it. Or he's trying to buy it off someone else. He's saying they're going to pay $6,000 for it. Kids, this is all leading up to the big, donation spree, where they need to make some money to pay for this guy to be happy again and not be killing himself in his dad's basement. And they're gonna need some money to buy this dead man switch off of Vegan Mikey, who has the only living fucking copy of this dead man switch. Well, yeah, of course. Why? Well, because, of course, Kappy would give Vegan Mikey a known, I call him Methadone Mikey, okay? The guy wraps his earlobes around his upper ear, because he did that stretch thing, back in the 80s, the kids were stretching their fucking eardrums out, or in the 90s, whenever they did that shit. Yeah, well, he's a victim of that, and so now he flips his friggin' earlobes around the top of his ears, and he comes on YouTube, and he masquerades around as a normal individual, a leader of some kind of a movement, of some kind of a child rights advocate movement. And the reality is, kids, it's just a bunch of disgusting people that see that there is harm, there is a need for helping kids, there is all these things, all these things they're talking about are happening, but they're only there to talk about them and to make money off the backside of how people feel when they're talking about these issues. That's it. You ain't gonna get nothing smart, nothing new out of Vegan Mikey. That he came here the same shit with Pizzagate, with all these people. They're all gonna just keep coming back with a more elaborate rundown of a transcript that they've received, and they're gonna need money every time, and that's their shtick on YouTube, kids. They're here to access Google's monetized features simply so that they can get clicks. They will say anything. And so this Isaac Kappy, man, is like, it's bad, kids. It's bad. It's on its last legs. I say it's terminal about 3 days now. But now that we got all these people deleting content, you got Nate the Snake over at Lift the Veil. This guy, He's taking calls. He's talking about this dead man switch. He's hyping it up. I mean, this guy is... I mean, I feel so bad for that guy, man. That guy used to sell Maseratis, man, in Orange County or in friggin' somewhere in California, man. He's on YouTube trying to get influence with the likes of Dave acting known criminals. I don't care if in 10 years these people all say they beat me. I have exposed these grown men that have been here for 10 years as just simple criminals, charlatans. You know, if telemarketing developed and evolved, it would have evolved into these people. Okay, and I know telemarketing from the 80s. I know these people. I'm from Montreal. I saw it with my own eyes. These people lying to people and getting money. Whatever floats your boat, man. I'm telling you, most of those people, they're all likely dead, man, from being disgusting people, man. That's where Vegan Mikey and Kappy and Lift a Veil and all these people and Random Rants of Ryan and all these freaks, man, and Honeybee Mike and all those people, Gaia, you know, you got the loser that's talking about Q all the time, you know, Slather. These people are only popular amongst themselves and on this platform. They are the laughing stock of grown men like me that can see past their bullshit. And in 5 years, not even 10 years, kids, I'm guaranteeing you that all the shit that these fucking guys are talking about right now and that I've been talking about since, let's say, 2015, 16, when Alex Jones fake left the server, yeah, well, all that shit is just gonna be scrapped by Google, man. Google's just gonna erase it all. They don't really care about you people, American people. They're not here for that. They're here to be the facilitator and the person profiting. They're here to be the media network for everyone, man. For the losers that were on the internet before that are being squeezed out now by the TV. And you know, the Kappy story, the more I hear about it, man, the more I have these people going around. I got Grandpa Creepy Touch telling me if I take down all my videos that mention his name, that he'll stop harassing my father. You know, I mean, that's a fucking start, man. I'd be more than happy. What names are we talking about here on this shitty server, man? Names like China and Monograph, and like, I gotta tell you people, man, this party is over, man. This is not gonna... Dabu 7 and Richie from Boston, this is the last hurrah. Nobody's coming here to listen to these fucknuts, man. And they are the reason that YouTube sucks shit right now. The ODDs, the friggin... These charlatans have been selling shit around us for 5-6 years now, and they've been making pretty good money, and it's over. They've squeezed everyone else out and turned this website into basically, it's rotten to the core, man. It's rotten to the core. I mean, pray for kids that are 13 that are coming here. You know, pray for them, man. Pray for them. So that's it, kids. Stay frosty. Keep your eye open for Kappy's ex-girlfriend that's now deleting her tweets and her Snapchats and everything and trying to pretend she's been in love with Kappy forever, and she's just not mentioning the Kappy saga. Okay? And I also have a girl that knows a lot about plastic surgery, and she's telling me that Kappy looks like he has a set of teeth worth $250,000 USD. So check what kind of work a periodontist does, and That's what we think Kappy is. We think he's an actor with a $250,000 set of teeth. China to China to China 3.